Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Ajax are increasingly confident of keeping Jurrien Timber. Jurrien Timber has one major concern about joining Man United. Man United have already held talks with Ajax over defender Jurrien Timber. Ajax value Jurrien Timber at 43 million. He's under contract with Ajax until 2024. Erik ten Hag wants a reunion with the player and he wants to make Jurrien Timber one of his first signings at Manchester United. So that's the news on him. Now I want to give you some news on Juan Mata. So Manchester United confirm Juan Mata will leave the club on a free this summer. Juan Mata endured 8 years at Manchester United, so he was a long-serving player. Manchester United got Juan Mata from Chelsea back in 2014. We brought Mata in under the David Moyes era. Juan Mata made 285 appearances in all competitions and he scored 51 goals. And at Man United, Juan Mata won the FA Cup, the Europa League and the League Cup. Juan Mata, did have a good career at Manchester United. A lot of players are going to depart the club this summer. The news regarding Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba will leave Manchester United on a free transfer when his contract expires at the end of June. Juventus are close to signing Paul Pogba. Pogba has already endured one spell with Juventus. He endured 4 years with them. Real Madrid and PSG have also been in for Pogba. Earlier on this year, Pogba rejected a move to Man City. Sky Sports said earlier on this season that Pogba is likely to move abroad when his contract runs out this summer. Pogba missed the final game against Crystal Palace because obviously he's been out with injury. Pogba is injury prone. He's endured a lot of injuries, since he re-signed. Pogba endured 6 seasons at Man United. He played over 200 games and he won 3 trophies at the club. Manchester United did pay £89 million for Paul Pogba back in 2016. We had Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. And the news regarding Jesse Lingard. Man United have confirmed that Jesse Lingard will be leaving the club. Lingard's out of contract very soon. Lingard is tipped to join West Ham as he has been released by Manchester United. At one point, Lingard endured a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. Lingard was part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy. But he was a squad player, Lingard, because he didn't really get in the team much. Edinson Cavani, I think he's already left the club. Not too sure where he's going to be going. Man United did get Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Cavani lost his place in the team when obviously Man United re-signed Ronaldo in the summer of last year. Nemanja Matic, he's leaving. Revert back to earlier on this year, Matic announced that he'll be leaving Man United despite having 12 months on his contract. Matic was not one of Man United's first choice midfielders, but despite that, he'd still been given his opportunities. Matic endured 5 years at Man United. Man United did get him from Chelsea back in 2017 for 40 million. Anthony Martial, we're looking to get rid of him permanently. The season just gone, Martial was out on loan with Sevilla. Phil Jones and Eric Bailly, they're also on their way out of the club. Earlier on this year, Jones and Bailly told their teammates that they intend on leaving the club. Jones and Bailly are backup centre-halves, they don't get in the team much. Alex Telles, I think he'll be leaving, whether it's this year or next year. Telles has been poor for the last few months, but revert back to when we had Ralph Rangnick, Telles appeared to be our first choice left back. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think he's also on his way out of the club. Prior to the Palace game, he said Aaron Wan-Bissaka will be allowed to leave Man United this summer. I heard that he could be making a return to Crystal Palace. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's endured 3 full seasons at Man United. We got Bissaka in a deal worth 50 million. Man United paid 45 million up front and there was 5 million in add-ons. Bissaka was not our first choice right back under Ralph Rangnick, Diego Dalot was. Most of the time Bissaka's good defensively, but the attacking side of his game is not so good. Harry Maguire, Manchester United also need to get rid of him because he's not good enough to represent the club. Throughout the course of the season just gone, a lot of Man United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire because Maguire's not a leader. Maguire's endured like 3 seasons at the club. Man United overpaid for him, got him for 80 million. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive signing at the club, and he's had quite a lot of injuries since he came to United. Dean Henderson, I think he's on his way out of the club. Henderson has been linked with a move to Newcastle. Henderson's Man United's second choice keeper. The season just gone, Dean Henderson only made 3 appearances. Tom Eaton, he's another one who I think's on his way out of the club. Tom Eaton's our third choice goalkeeper. He's a backup. Man United got Tom Eaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa in the summer of last year. And next year, players will leave Man United. We've got quite a lot of players' contracts that do expire next year. You've got Ronaldo's that expires next year. Rashford's expires next year. Luke Shaw's does. Diego Dalot's does. De Gea's contract expires next year, but I don't see him leaving because throughout the course of the season just gone, De Gea was absolutely sensational. So, there you go. Erik ten Hag is Manchester United's manager. Erik ten Hag did replace Ralph Rangnick. The other week, Erik ten Hag had his first interview as the Manchester United manager. Ten Hag has got a contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year. Mitchell van der Gaag and Steve McLaren joined Erik ten Hag at Manchester United, so they'll be working alongside him. Ten Hag's transfer budget has already been revealed. Like I've said to you, there's a lot of players that Ten Hag wants to recommend to the club. And like I've already mentioned, he's going to get rid of a lot of players. It said up to 10 players are set to leave Man United. Ten Hag attended Manchester United's final game against Crystal Palace. He's Man United's 5th permanent manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. It's good that he's experiencing the Premier League. Hopefully at Manchester United he can replicate what he did at Ajax. You've got to admire what he did at Ajax. At Ajax he won Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups, he developed the young players well, and revert back to 2019 he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. Ten Hag was the Ajax manager for around 5 years. Ralph Rangnick left Manchester United not so long ago. So reflecting on that, it said Ralph Rangnick will not take up the consultancy role at Manchester United. Revert back to earlier on this year, it got officially announced that Ralph Rangnick got appointed in as the new manager of Austria. Rangnick signed a 2-year deal. Ralph Rangnick was Manchester United's interim manager for around 4 to 5 months. He did enjoy one transfer window as Man United's interim manager. Unfortunately, didn't get backed in this year's January transfer window. Earlier on this year, Rangnick did make changes when he was at Man United because he recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. And before, Ralph Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. The 4 permanent managers Manchester United have sat since Ferguson. Manchester United sat David Moyes after 10 months. And then after that, Man United had Louis van Gaal. Man United sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. Man United did win the FA Cup under him. And then after Louis van Gaal, Manchester United had Jose Mourinho. Manchester United had Jose Mourinho for 2.5 years, and then we sacked him. Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United because he won 3 trophies in his first season. The 3 trophies was the Europa League, the EFL Cup and the Community Shield. But the reasons it didn't work out under Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board and bad disputes with the top players. And after Mourinho, Manchester United had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Solskjaer was in charge of Man United for almost 3 years. Man United sacked Solskjaer in November of last year. So there you go. As things stand, Manchester United have not won a trophy for 5 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Man United have only won, 4 trophies in the last 10 years. And in the last 10 years or so, Man United have spent over £1 billion. Like I say, I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. We've got to get the Glazers out of Manchester United because they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. United fans have been protesting against the Glazers, and the protesting will persist until the Glazers are out of the club. The Glazers have owned Man United for around 17 years. They've been at the club since 2005. They bought the club for $500 million. Earlier on this year, Matt Judge resigned. Matt Judge will not play a role in the summer transfer window. Matt Judge was at Manchester United for around 8 years. So there you go. Man United did lose their final game 1-0 against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Despite the loss though, Man United are in the Europa League for next season. Man United did endure their worst ever Premier League season. In terms of points, Man United finished on just 58 points and Man United finished 6th this season. But like I say, Manchester United have not been the same team since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. And like I've said, no one is going to replicate what Alex Ferguson did at the club. You know, Ferguson, greatest manager of all time. He brought success to Manchester United because he won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Alex Ferguson was the Manchester United manager for around 26 years, so reflecting on that, he was a long-serving manager. Alex Ferguson retired almost 10 years ago now. The only mistake Ferguson made was recommending David Moyes in when he retired, but the reasons he did that at that point is because they're both Scottish, and at that point Ferguson had a lot of time for Moyes. So anyway guys, there'll be more videos coming up soon. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.